3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Hello, it's Thunderbird 2 time again, and we have an exciting issue this time because we are building from start to finish one complete pod vehicle, as well as looking at the legs of Thunderbird 2 as well. So to start off with the pod vehicle, here are all the parts. Now it may not look like much, and it's not, because this is one of the smallest pod vehicles we're going to be doing. We're going to be building the Thunderizer. Once again, I absolutely love that episode. The red arrows and the tower and the rain. It's quite a dark looking episode and I remember it vividly. And yeah, so it's very cool that we're going to build something from that episode. So to start off with then, these are all the parts you need. Like I say, you get them in one issue. You start off with this, which is the chassis, believe it or not. And then you get these here, which are the tracks. Now, obviously, because it's so small, these do not move. They are just painted plastic parts. But what you need to do is you just need to get the clip part there and just clip it over the edge like that. Okay, then you do the same for the next track piece, which is exactly the same. And you just put them over there. So you push them in place so they slightly overhang at the bottom there. Can you see that? They're not quite flush at the bottom, they slightly overhang. Make sure you push them into place like that. Okay, looking very cool. The next thing you do is you get the cockpit part. It's got this very predominant sticking out bit here. I'm going to use this kind of glue for this Thunderizer, because I was a little bit upset last week when the Loctite glue caused damage. And then you get this silver part here, or this grey part I should say, and you just push it over the peg like that. There we go. So it clicks into place there, looking quite nice. And then I've got a little bit of excess part on there, just took that off. Yeah, there we go. There's the cockpit. And then you just need to get the glass of the cockpit and you push it around this grey part we just did, which is a very neat effect because it does give a 3D element as well as, it's not wanting to go in, as well as looking like glass. That is not in there securely at all. Let me just see if I can attach this more securely. You can't really. You can't. So that does come off. If you do want to attach a little bit of glue to it, you can. I'm not going to at this stage because glue can cause frosting on this glass looking part here. So just be careful of that. But that is the cockpit done. Whoops. When I'm not knocking down my camera, we can continue with the next parts you'll need are these really diddy parts here. I don't think even my camera can zoom in that much. I've got this one here which has an R on it, and then this one here which has an L on it, and obviously that's for left and right. So we get the right one and we just tab it into the right side of the cockpit here like that. That is a little loose, so we'll attach some glue after I've attached the left one like that. And you see it does come out the bottom here, so I'm just going to get some glue just to attach it a little bit there, a little bit there. That will set in time. Very, very cool. Then what you need to do is take this part, which is the turret base. Now this attention to detail on something so small is magnificent. You got a grate there, and you got International Rescue quite clearly written. considering it's so small, there as well, and then a grate on there. But you just tab that into there like that. That is quite a secure fit, but if you want to, you can attach a bit of glue there as well. Looking great. Then what you need to do is get the cannon part here, and you just push the cannon through the hole, but you don't glue it down because it does have some movement. Oh, it will be if I put it the right way around anyway. So you want to push it in there so that it's got that movement quite freely when everything is secure. Do not glue that part, it just sits in there like that, like I say. Next thing you do is you take this part here, which, how do you take this part here? Hold on. You take this black part here, and you see actually it's quite clever. Sorry, I'll show you on camera. It's quite cleverly designed because it's got these clips here, or at least these holding parts for that gun part, and it's got tabs and holes all over the place. So you just line everything up and push it into place. It does come off, so if you want to, which I'm going to do actually, I'm going to attach just a little bit of glue, making sure not to touch that cannon. So the best pegs to attach the glue on are this one here, these two ever so slightly, and then this one at the front. Line everything up again, push them on. Yeah, that's more secure. And that gun, oops, sorry, cannon still moves. Very nice. And then you've got two holes there. Just pop some glue in the middle and around, and they will just fit into those two tabs there. Which way around is this? Let me just look at the instructions. Okay, so this is the front there. So just line them up, push them on. Very nice. And that is the front, and that is the back. And there's only one more thing left to do, and that is attach this very small light into this part here. So just a little tiny drop of glue, and then this little light part, which will go in. I might need tweezers because it is so small. Might even be too small for tweezers. Who knew? It is too small for tweezers. Okay, there we go. Right, there's that light on there like that. And that is the Thunderizer all done. Believe it or not. How awesome is that? A nice little self-contained pod vehicle. And you've got a cannon that moves like that. Very nice. I love the fact it's got articulation in something so small. It's such a weird looking machine. Brains is obviously having an off day on the aesthetics department when he created this, but it is still pretty awesome. Just to give a size comparison, let's take a look at my favourite pod vehicle, the Firefly. Just put that there. And the one we did last, which was the IR3. And you'll see, yeah, it is absolutely tiny. Yeah, makes you realise how big these ones actually are when you think that a person can fit in that. Yeah, it is absolutely tiny, but it is very nice, and it is all done in one issue, which I really quite like. And here is the Thunderizer next to all the other pod vehicles that we have done so far. Quite a little collection. I've said this before, but I would have killed for a pod vehicle collection as a kid, and now I have one, and it's going to grow the more we do. So here is the Thunderizer, the very small Thunderizer, all done. And now that this pod vehicle is all done, let's move on to the Thunderbird 2 parts we get in these two issues. Do you know it's been over 50 years since Thunderbirds hit our screens? That's 50 years of explosions, launches and yes, my ladies.
Oh yes, my lady.
It also means 50 years of Jerry Anderson's other shows like Captain Scarlet, Stingray and Joe 90. And if you're looking for some memorabilia and collectibles from these shows, then the Jerry Anderson official store is the place for you. One item in particular that may be of interest to you is the Thunderbird Technical Manual by Haynes. Have you ever wondered how your favourite Thunderbirds, pod vehicles and other craft featured in the show work? Then this is the gift for you to pore over, full of cutaway diagrams and detailed explanations of the inner workings of these machines. Also, don't forget that the Jerry Anderson store stocks the Big Chief Studios' Virgil Tracy, the most realistic figure based on the original puppet ever to be made. This is the perfect companion piece for your Thunderbird 2 and will look great displayed alongside it. Please note, however, they're not the same scale. So please see down below for links to these two items plus more from the Jerry Anderson official store. Following the links down below will also help out the channel, which would be much appreciated. So what are you waiting for? Click now and find your perfect purchase today. Hello and welcome back, and we are looking at now at the next parts of Thunderbird 2, and you may be surprised that there are no gold parts because the last couple of videos have been gold parts, but no, we get silver parts and kind of white connector parts, 4 of those, and then we get silver parts here, and these parts are all to do with the feet as well. So I'm going to clear this to one side and bring in the main body of Thunderbird 2, which we haven't seen in a long while. It has to be said, we haven't played with this green main part in a long while. Now what you need to do is you need to get the feet that we completed last time. So I've got one here to show you, and you just need to push it through one of these holes here like that, and then you get one of these T-shaped silver and white parts, put it over the no, that is not how you do it. That is wrong. My mistake. So what you need to do is you need to get the foot, and you need to get the silver and white part and push it from the bottom that way, and then push it in. And hopefully it will all go in like that. Mine is catching a bit, but no, that's okay. And you just push it there like that, and you will screw it in to those two connecting points there. I'll just show you again with this one. So you just pop the telescopic gold parts into there and then in there like that, and just get the others here into that part, and at the back they go in there like that as well, and then the final one just goes in there like that, and then we screw them all down with the screws provided in this issue. And there we have it all done, so that now that they're in place, when you lift up Thunderbird 2, the telescopic legs come out like that, and eventually it will stand upright on its own. But before that, we just need to flip around Thunderbird 2. Oh, I've been careful not to have all the legs fall out on you. Right, okay, so let's just do this one leg at a time. So I'm going to put that back in there, move these legs out the way for now. So you didn't need to put those legs in at all to attach these parts, but you do need to have them in for this next part because it is attaching the feet onto the legs. So I'm just going to hold this one up here like that, and then just push the foot on there like that, and then we get a screw, and it's a different kind of screw to what we've seen before. It has a very flat end, which is good, and you just screw it into the top of the foot, into the top or the bottom of the leg there like that. So it does spin around, but that is in there. I don't think it should spin around that much. Just screw it in so it's nice and tight. There we go. Oh, it does spin around quite a bit. So yeah, that's one foot done. So you just do the same with all of these legs. I'm just going to do that now. there we have all the legs installed like that. So now those legs will not fall out that way. And when you put them in like that, you see that the legs hold up this Thunderbird 2. So only this part touches the ground now, which is nice in terms of scratching. Means that this nose cone part won't be scratched. And just to give you a sense of what it will look like with the pod in, just put the pod in the center there like that, and then raise up Thunderbird 2, and it comes up to there. You can't really see at this angle. Let me just change angle and show you again. And of course all of this will be done automatically, but you see the legs just go up and then the pod is revealed there. Keep going, obviously the feet take off, but there we go. That is pretty awesome, it has to be said. And that is a really nice image, I think, to leave this video on. Yeah, I'm looking forward and I'm curious about how these bendy wires are going to work with the mechanics. I think they bend down there like that, and this one there like that. So make sure that you keep these in as pristine condition as you can, because you will need them going forward. And I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have or if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next week for more Thunderbird 2. So until then guys, take care, FAB, bye bye. I just want to thank my patrons John Medney, Jay Falschenbauer, Tom Butcher, Jerry Wilson, Omar Khan, Gary Lewis, Simon Edwards, John Dunseith, Glenn Philo, Andrew Woods, Fabio Gugel, Simon Dunn, Brick Bardo, Thomas Parker, David Cunningham, Mark Frampton, Louis Pays, Terry Schwanditz, Donovan Asmawid Jaja, James Brown Jr., The Miskatonic University Podcast, Dave Westbury, Michael Chambers, Marcus Simon, Vince Steele, Savigny Barrett, Michael Anderson, and Flash. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible and this channel would be dead, so thank you very much.